We are now already facing really hot summers, and we are only in the beginning of April. I don't know how we are going to continue cooking in this heat, but somebody has to do the job. This week again it has fallen on me. First of all, let me show you that you must have a nice cool drink while cooking, and this is a favorite with Punjabis, chas. You can have buttermilk if you're in South. So as you can see, the nice fresh mint in this, and that's also going to be the main ingredient in the recipe that I'm making for you today. This is Pudina Mutton Chops. Mutton chops made with mint, fresh mint, and some garlic and ginger and some spices and yogurt, curd. And we're going to grind them all in the mixie and then mix it and then marinate the meat in that, and then after that we're going to cook it in the oven. So this is a dry prep, but it's a great prep. There are many ways that you can make the mutton. Let me show you what I've got here to begin with. Got a nice slab of mutton, and I haven't got it individually cut. I wanted a whole slab because I'm going to shove it in the oven. It's going to be easier for me to just let it put there on the tray and let it cook, and I didn't want to this thing. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just slice it a little so that the individual chops kind of stand out. I've already sliced it till here. I'm going to slice it a little more deeper, and then once it's done, going to chop the remaining after that, which is going to be easier because it would have been done and it would be soft and well done. There's a nice chunk of meat right at the edge of this, as you can see, so that's a bit extra. This is what we are going to make today, and it's a great recipe. And this mutton chops you can make in many ways. You can make barra kebab with it, you can make mutton chop masala, you can make a curry with it as well. And so there are many ways. You can also make it just pepper fry. That's also very nice, with just black pepper and onion and fry it up in the pan. But I'm making a new recipe today, and this is going to be mint flavored mutton chops, Pudina Mutton Chaanp, and it's going to be grilled, roasted in the oven. We don't have tandoor, otherwise that's where it should be done. So let's begin. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season the mutton chops, and then I'll get down to grinding all the mint and everything. Okay, so let's just season it with a duty green salt, special salt. Can you see the nice granules? Yeah, alright, let's do it. Sometime back, we guys were driving down from Chennai to Pondicherry on the East Coast Road, which is a beautiful, beautiful road. All of you must drive down from Chennai, and there. In the middle of that road, we saw like huge pans of salt, and we guys got so tempted to take that salt that we just stopped the vehicle car. We got down, and luckily we had a plastic bag with us or something, a shopping bag I think, and we just went there and quickly just took all that sea salt and went away. So a lot of that sea salt landed up from Pondicherry, East Coast Road. It landed up in our food and also for various other things. So now the next stage is I'm going to grind the mint with some onions, some ginger, garlic and some green chilies. Okay, and I'm going to make a paste of it, and then I'm going to mix it in the curd along with some spices. So all the ingredients that needed to be ground, the mint that needed to be ground has been done. Now we've got the mint paste that we've made, and I'm going to add some curd to this. Not too much, that's it. Some garam masala, which is essentially 2 teaspoons, 1.5 teaspoon of pepper, around 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, and around 2.5 to 3 teaspoons of salt. So I'm just going to mix this and then see if I need to add a little more curd. Generally we have been eating low salt for various reasons, very obvious reasons of health and everything. But in this kind of a recipe, in the marinade, you need to put a little extra salt. So we put 3 teaspoons, otherwise I would have put just 2. The reason being that a lot of it gets wasted. The marinade will keep coming off the meat. Very little of the salt actually gets absorbed by this. That's why I also put a little extra salt on the meat, so that it's not too low in the salt. So mix it well so that all the spices, the mint, the curd, yogurt, everything gets mixed properly, evenly. Alright, I'm tired now, I need a sip of my drink. The marinade paste is ready. We mixed it properly as you saw, and now we are going to dunk the mutton chops into it. Before we dunk this, I'm just going to poke the meaty part of this slab, and we're going to rub it really well and everywhere, and then keep it there for, I'm going to keep it there for at least 3 hours. You can do with 2 hours, but ideally 3 or 4 hours. That's when there's nothing else. There's no other curry or anything. This is all the taste. It will soak in really well, and when you heat it in the oven, when you cook it in the oven, that heat is going to then make sure that the mutton right to the bone has got all the spices and all the flavor of the mint and everything right into it. So marination for 3 to 4 hours is advisable. 2 hours is alright. So one more thing, it's not a must, but I always do it in marinating my meats and whatever I cook. And that's that I always add a little bit of the oil in the marinade, mostly the similar oil that I'm going to be later cooking it in. We will need some oil, even though we are grilling and roasting it, we will need oil. You need oil even for tandoor. We will be dabbing it with oil throughout the process of it roasting and grilling. But we also are going to put a little oil. So I'm using regular vegetable refined oil. It really adds to the flavor. So that's optional, but trust me, if you do that, it will really add to the flavor. The oil along with all the spices and all the other ingredients, the mint and everything, your meat soaked into it with oil, because oil also has its own flavor. So that's it for this step. Now we'll just have to wait, and I'll be back now with you in another 3-4 hours, meaning in few seconds for you. Please remember that this is also a new recipe that I'm trying. I've created it myself. Generally the regular mutton chops that one makes in the grill or oven or tandoor does not have this particular recipe. We're going to discover how it comes out. So hold your horses, wait to see how it comes out, and I'll share with you finally how it tastes, and only then attempt it. But I have a feeling that it's going to be nice. It's been now actually 4 hours. I decided to marinate and let it marinate for 4 hours, and the day I started shooting this in day, and now it's turned a nice evening. So the chas will at some point turn into whiskey. But before that, let's get on to the next step of our cooking. I'm going to prepare the oven tray. I've also got some veggies, a couple of bulbs of garlic. I haven't really peeled them. I want to, in order to grill it, it's best to keep the skin on, and we are going to shove them all in, and then the veggies of course will get done sooner, so we'll take that out. The meat's going to cook. I'm guessing this is going to take approximately 1.5 hours, maybe 2, because I want it well done. But let's see.
A little.
The meat, the mutton chops with all its marinade and everything will be on top of the veggie tray on the grill, and therefore all the juices, the mutton fat, as you saw, the mutton was very nicely marbled. So the mutton fat, the oil, the marinade, and all of that will keep falling on the veggies and flavoring it as well. That's the whole idea. I had been preheating the oven at 200 and it's been around 10 odd minutes. That's all one needs to preheat. And we're going to shove in the trays now, both the grill as well as the roasting tray, so that when I'm taking it to the oven, it doesn't drip on the floor and the head chef doesn't kill me. Neatly done. And I'm not reducing the temperature. It's a nice big chunk of meat and with a nice thick layer of marinade, so it needs to cook properly. I want it well done, so I'm going to keep it there at 200. I right now set the timer for around 60 minutes. We'll see. We'll come back and check in another half an hour, 40 minutes what's the status. And like I said, if the veggies get done earlier, which they will, whatever keeps getting done, we'll just keep taking it out and keeping it on a plate. We don't want the veggies to get burnt or something, because the mutton's going to obviously take a little longer. So let's see. Maybe I'll go and make that drink now. So essentially it took approximately, I would say 10 minutes of preheating, and then after that around 1 hour 40 minutes, and I kept increasing the time, I kept checking on it, and so like I told you that I wanted it well done, so around 1 hour 40 minutes. As you can see, the veggies were done, so I took it out. The mutton is done too, and I'm just letting it rest inside. I've reduced the temperature to 130. Of course, the timing you will have to keep checking based on the kind of cut of meat, how big is the slab of your mutton chops. Therefore, it might be 20 minutes up and down. And what I'm doing now is there was a lot of marinade left. So I'm just cooking it, just simmering it with adding a little water and just simmering it to make it like a sauce, so in case, that's a good thing to do, otherwise it's just waste and there's so much ingredients that have gone into it. So you can use it like in case you want to have rotis with it and all that stuff. As you can see, I've made some potatoes as the carbs today. So we're just going to have that. We're not going to have rotis or anything with it. But you can just, so it'll be nice. The time has come to now test the new recipe and taste the new recipe. Looks like it's nicely well done on all sides. I had put this silver foil on the tips of the chops so that to protect it from getting burnt. I'll take it off now. And I'm going to pick it up and place it over here. Pudina Chaanp obviously has to be garnished with pudina. Alright, so cheers, and let's cut a piece and see what's going on here. I'm going to use this nice big knife. Alright, so this is taken out one piece. It's nicely done from inside, well cooked, well done from everywhere. And I mean, like, you can literally just tear it off if you want. I'm just trying one piece right now. And let me try a little potato, and I really want to try the garlic. Nice caramelized onion. And a little tomato. So, chops, really, I've just discarded my fork and this thing. You can't eat like this, you have to just pick it up like this. Boss, super hit. Amazing recipe. Subtle, flavorful, and it's so nice. I mean, it's giving it a nice smooth flavor and really juicy from inside. It looks crackling from outside, but from inside it's really juicy, the meat. And the well done parts are so nice and crispy. It's amazing. I think every one of you should try this recipe. Try this onion. Really nice. So well done. Easily coming off the bones. The flavor has gone right to the bone. So it's not just, sorry, I'm really hungry. It's not right only on the surface level, and the reason for that is marination. Let's try the garlic. So, look at this. I tell you, grilled garlic, nothing like it. You don't need anything else. Let me taste the sauce that I've made. It's gonna very nice sauce. You don't need it, but I was like, why waste? Very good sauce. So really, I think this is a very good recipe and a very good variation and a new recipe of making mutton chops. A variation to butter kebab, mutton chops, roasted mutton, grilled mutton chops. You'll love it. Trust me, it's going to be a really universal recipe. And so that's it from me. I'm really hungry. I'm going to finish my drink and we're going to go and eat. It's been a long day, and you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Do try, really, and subscribe